Okay, so cheers, by the way. It's freaking Cinco de Mayo and I'm having an energy drink.
Celsius. Cheers. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't know why this isn't a margarita, but I'll have a margarita later. Can I tell
Same.
you about those Celsius? They give me an immense amount of energy, like to the point where I start to pace back and forth. That doesn't do that to you?
Well, here's the thing. I'm new to the Celsius game. I'm using it as a weapon because lately I've had like an appetite and I'm like not okay with it because I've been avoiding, excuse me, I've been avoiding food. Like I have tricks and I was going to ask you about your routine because you've always been fit and mine because mine is like off and on throughout my life.
Okay.
So the Celsius, like I know it's kind of like a newer version of Red Bull, so it's probably trash for our bodies, right?
Honestly, it makes me like it makes my heart beat so fast. I can't I couldn't sleep the night. I was like I didn't realize what it was when I first drank it. I was like, what is this? They had them at my store at Envy. I guess somebody sent some to Envy. So the girls were drinking them and I drank one. I started texting my store manager that night. I'm like, "Are you like feel like you're tripping?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It gave me like an immense amount of energy, which I guess is good for some people. But I'm that girl who, like, if I have a cup of coffee after 3 p.m., it's on. Like, I am not going to bed that night. I like look at the sky until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I can't drink those kinds of things unless it's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
So yeah, so right now it's 1 in the afternoon, and I'm having this because like at Shams's birthday, he just turned 4. I was not drinking because Tommy was like, "Oh, wait until all your friends," because I have a lot of friends from Brooklyn that were in that weekend, and he was like, "Let's see if you turn into this like messy bitch once they get into town, because I know you drink a lot when they come." And I was like, calm down. No, it doesn't have to be like that. In fact, if you want me to like just not drink, just to show you and like prove it to you. And he was like, yeah, the reason why wasn't random. The reason why he said don't drink is because in the month of like January, there was like Super Bowl, and like then there was like a couple other parties that he said, you take it out on me. Like you're nice to everybody when you get tipsy, but then you become a monster toward me. And he's like, I don't deserve that. I was like, "Ugh,
Uh,
that's not good. Like, obviously, that's not good, So,
well, I feel like alcohol affects everyone differently, right? Like some people, it does make you rage a little bit. It brings out like the worst, or like, I don't know, for some reason, alcohol for me has been like a happy pill. It's almost like swallowing a happy pill. You almost like you can't piss me off when I'm drunk, which is a good thing, but it's so weird. Like I've had producers like not want to hand me alcohol because it has the absolute exact like different effect that they would want it to have, which would be like sloppy and speak your mind. I'm like, you could slap me, but I love you. Like, and I
that's
just want
like
to touch your
Jeff.
boobs.
That's
Like,
like Jeff Lewis. He's like a very affectionate drunk. When he gets tipsy, he'll be like, I love you so much. And I'm
I
like,
know.
so for me, what it does is it makes me feel a little um sassy, but like a kind of sassy that I think on my day to day, I'm too serious. Like I feel
Right.
like I'm a little bit too uptight for like the MJ that I want to be. And then when I have like a little white wine, then I would feel like I would turn into this like fun person. But Tommy, because he's not much of a drinker, then like when he drinks, he'll get drunk fast. And it's usually just like with family at like the holidays. And then I've got like a big drunk mush on my hands with him, you know? But like with
He's a
my
big chocolate.
girlfriends, yeah, but like with my girlfriends, I just want to like loosen up and just talk. But like I love that, like, because the real you's coming out, and like the real you's like sweet and wants to love on people, and that says a lot, in my
I
opinion.
do. I mean, I probably like say stupid things too. And like, I'm very affectionate. Everyone, all the women say like I start grabbing their butts and their boobs because I like butts. I do. I like big butts. I like to squeeze them. So but you know what? I would say Joe and I drink more like on the regular. If I'm being honest, like it doesn't affect us like that. We're just like, we're going to dinner, we have a drink. we're home at Sunday, pour the wine. Like we are like daily, like we're more of like, I don't know, like it doesn't affect us. We always have a couple drinks, like in our, if we're just home on during the week, obviously, but like if we're home on a Sunday, we're definitely cracking open a bottle of wine for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what Sundays are
Yeah.
all about. I mean,
Yeah.
Tommy said, that's the thing with us right now is I used to enjoy drinking with you. For now, I can't. If you show me that you'll be cool with me, I'm like, all right, let me just dry out for a little while, but not officially. Just like also when I was drinking, it was a lot of calories. I don't want that.
It is a lot of calories. It
Yeah.
is. Yes. But see, I choose a lot of times to drink my calories. So it's like if we go out to dinner, instead of having the dessert, I want one more glass of wine. Like that's
Sure.
what, and I always say that too. I'm like, no, the wine's my dessert. Thank you. And I'll pick. So going back to what you're saying about eating habits and stuff, like I never say no if we're out to dinner. I just don't order a dessert for myself. I always ask everybody, like, what do you guys want to, what are we going to do? And I take like 3 bites and I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, portion control, right? Like,
Yes, huge for me.
yeah, I would rather, so about, I would say my whole life, I've been happy, but always on the thicker side, right? But then at the point I got married on my wedding day, I was pretty happy with my body. Like, it's always on the thick side. Like, you know how like sometimes you're just attracted to a thicker version, or you're not spending enough time like I'm not like a volleyball player on the beach that needs to like really worry or scrutinize my body. But when I did the IVF meds, that's when I actually packed on some weight, and then I stayed home with the baby for a long time. And I ended up like eating and being at home and being with a newborn. And that was,
Do
and
you
then,
know a lot of women gain weight at that point when they're home? It's honestly, I've seen it, you can go one way or the other. Some of them get so thin because I don't know why. Like for me, I was the thinnest I ever was after I had Antonia, like for that year. I don't know why. I guess because it was like, I don't know, the college drinking I did because I got married so young. I don't know what it was, but I was the thinnest I ever was after Antonia. But a lot of girls, you can go either way because you're home, you're eating their leftovers. If they don't eat the mac and cheese, you're throwing it in your mouth, right? Like that's what happens. And you can't, there's no babysitters a half the time. It's like you got to go to the gym. You don't want to leave the baby. You don't want to put the baby in daycare. Your mother can't come over, like whatever it is. So you're just like, screw it. I'm just going to sit home, play on the floor with this kid all day and eat. And that's
yeah,
what happens.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
I had mine 6 months before COVID began, and therefore then it's the whole thing of not being in jeans, not being around other people that'll make you kind of check yourself. So